Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa, and I do live videos every Tuesday night with my sweet husband Steve.
Hi everybody.
We do them at 7 p.m. Central Time. Look at everyone that's on already. Hi Patty and Holly and Chris and Kimberly. So glad you guys are here. I so appreciate that. Before we get started, Barb, one of my Joy team members, came over the other day and she thought I should show you this. So my shares, I expedited my shares, and Saturday morning I opened 4 boxes. It was a lot, wasn't it, Steve?
It was a lot.
But you get so much paper. Look at this, you guys. The 6x6. Look how much, can you see how much, like here's how big a stamp pad is. You're getting like 4 stamp pads full of 6x6 paper and more than another stamp pad and a half of the 12x12. It's a lot. So I have a few more embellishments to cut, and then we had a little trouble with the stickers this afternoon, didn't we, hun?
We did, but you know, we did some MacGyvering.
Some MacGyvering, yeah.
It's always good to be innovative, right?
Label everything well.
You've got to be able to, you know, roll with the punches.
But this shows what the paper is. It's about 1.25 yards of all the ribbon and 1/5 of a package of all the embellishments. So I am thrilled to bring you the shares. I don't have any left for sale. They sold out. But I'll be doing them again in the fall. And when the demos pre-order, I'll do 7 early demo shares. And then I'll sell how many ever, a certain amount. I usually do them in increments of 8 when it goes live for customers. And I'll do that for the fall and the spring mini catalogs. Also, the Stamp Camp. So many of you have bought the Fresh as a Daisy Suite and the jute ribbon from me, and you're getting the card kits and the Stamp Camp and everything for free. Well, I have another deal for you. If you have signed up for the Stamp Camp and you tell a friend who's never done it, I have a gift for you and for your friend who signs up. So think about that. Oh, Deborah's here for the first time. Thanks for telling us you haven't been on before. Steve and I do the videos together. I like to stamp. He likes to tell stories and do technology. So we are super glad you're here.
Yep.
Tony's here. The gang's all here. Well, we're going to make an easy card tonight. A lot of times we make fun folds. But I thought this was an interesting way to do this. I haven't done it before. It's the Painted Posies embossing folder, and I use the blends to color some of the flowers. I'm going to make it again tonight. It's probably hard to see. Usually I make bright and happy cards like this that is really easy for you to see on camera. But let me show you what we use to get started. And also we do prize patrol every time we have a live video. So put hashtag prize patrol. Do you have a graphic for that, Steve?
I do.
So I use the Painted Posy, and then I use new colors and new ribbon. But the Painted Posy, when I put the cardstock in, I lined it up against this line because I liked the way it looked on the top. So that's something to keep in mind when we get to that part. Also, inside my card, you can use whatever flowers you have, but I use this stamp from Two Tone Flora. Another thing I do, I might have told you this before, whenever I cut out dies or stamped images, I keep them in a little bag in the stamp set. So the next time I use it, maybe there's something already cut or already stamped that I need. Go to greetings, it's one of my favorite. I use this happy birthday down here for this tonight. And the banner that I cut that out with is this one right here. So the smaller one of these 2 long ones. And then on the envelope, I like the envelope to be cute, and I like the new 6x6 Designer Series paper, which those of you who got the shares, you're going to have all 50 colors, 2 sheets of all 50 colors of the DSP. So I use that for the envelope, but it comes like this. It has cute polka dots and stripes too. So it is a fun card. Oh, another thing we used on both cards, 2 different ribbons. This is the new sheer combo ribbon. It's Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and Bubble Bath. And it's really pretty. I don't know if you can tell, but it has a silver sparkle edge to it, which makes it really pretty. Okay, do we have other things we wanted to talk about, Steve, or should I get started?
Well, I'm just asking Chris how she's doing with her knee replacement.
Oh, well, I talked to her on my team meeting a little bit ago. She said she's doing well. Orly, I hope you got your card. Did I send you your card? I have your name on here. I hope you got it. Okay, so this card that I already made is Bubble Bath. Tonight we're going to do Lemon Lolly. I love these pretty new colors. It's just 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Do you want to put the graphic up for that, Steve?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good, Elaine is here.
I'm multitasking over here and not doing anything well.
No, you're doing all the things well. Did you tell him you went back to your knee surgeon today?
I'm waiting for the flower coloring to tell them the whole 9 yards.
No stories from Steve till I start coloring flowers. I told him it might take me a minute, so. Okay, so this is the Lemon Lolly. Mine is kind of spotty. But I am just going to stamp on the bottom inside the card like I did on, it's hard to see these. I'm so used to the bright colors that you can see really easy.
Beth, your
Yes.
amazing daughter is watching and wanted you to say hi to her.
Hello, amazing daughter. We love you. It's a good thing you weren't watching. Well, I shouldn't tell you or you'll go back and watch. I made you a card, honey. I haven't mailed it yet, though.
Yeah, the funny thing about cards,
Welcome to the world of all the prize winners. But no, I'm really good. I know Orly, did you say you got it? Yay, she got it today. You know, I didn't put a check mark on here saying I mailed it, and I was worried. But I mailed every card last month and the month before. So I used to struggle with getting those out the door, so I'm getting better at that. Okay, we're going to stamp a little more. I like the envelopes and the inside of the cards to at least have something.
so this is the inside of the card, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 basic white cardstock.
That is correct.
Okay,
We're on the same page.
we are now.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this cubby card up here. How are your cubs doing right now, Steve?
You know, they're about 500, but they're showing a lot of potential. So since it's early in the season, Cub fans, we get really optimistic, like this might be a good year. So we'll just have to see. You know, usually what really matters is what they do in June. So many years we have what's called the June swoon. So we'll see how they do this year.
Okay, so that's all. You really can't see it. That's what we're doing for the inside of the card. Now on the outside of the card, I decided to go a little different. I'm doing smoky slate. I thought that looked really pretty, excuse me, in real life against the Lolly Yellow. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm just going to glue that flat against the card front. It is different when you're not doing a fun fold, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, you're just cranking right through
Yeah.
this.
I do have people I have to pick up at the airport. Bree's parents are coming home from Seattle, where Bree's brother lives.
Yep.
My son and daughter-in-law, Ryan and Bree, work from home. So they're out in Seattle for 2 weeks. Her parents do not work from home, so they were out there for just a week. Okay, now we're going to do some blending because we're going to get out a piece of basic white. It's 3.5 by 4. And if you were on at the very beginning, I told you I lined it up with this line on the embossing folder. I wanted there to be some top of the flowers on there. And what I did with this one is I took Bubble Bath and I just did 5 parts of the flowers and I left the other ones white. Like I said, in real life it looks cute. So I need to get my glasses on. And I was thinking, should I try to do the rims in the darker Lemon Lolly and the centers in the yellow, or just one color? that is a question I have for you. So put in the comments what you think about that. And Steve, you have free reign. You can talk about
your doctor's
appointment.
So, all right. So
if there's questions for me, let me know.
I will. So people are asking. I had a partial knee replacement a week ago Monday, and what I heard them say was that partial knee replacements, the rehab and recovery time is much shorter than a full knee replacement. And it's kind of funny. I don't know if you know this about your husband or other men in your life, but what is actually told to them and what they hear are sometimes different things. So what I heard was, I'll be up and running around in no time. Well, with any type of knee replacement, that's just not going to happen. So yeah, it kicked my butt, and it was really painful. And I was getting kind of discouraged, because I had all these big hopes that, it wouldn't be that bad. And then, the first week was really bad. But something happened this week. Starting on Monday, the swelling went down.
The stars aligned, or the sky opened, and the sun
it really started getting better. And as soon as the swelling went down, then I had a lot more flexibility in it, and strength started to return. And so I went and saw my physical therapist, and she said, you know what? You don't need 2 crutches. Just use 1 crutch. And then today was my first check-up appointment with the physician's assistant for my ortho. And she was like, wow, you're not even limping. She goes, you don't need crutches at all. I said, okay, I'm on a roll then. Next, please tell me that I can drive. Because it's my right knee, which meant, they were worried about whether I'd be able to press pedals and go between pedals. But not being able to drive for 2 weeks is not a good thing for me. I'm a very active person. I want to be going places. I want to do things. Having my wings clipped was not good. So she said...
Are you saying I didn't take you enough places?
Oh, no, you did. But I felt bad about having to make you take me places, and, it's the loss of independence that's so bad, right?
Did anyone talk about whether I should put the yellow? Do you want the darker yellow around the flower? I can always redo it.
You need to push the whole thing up.
Oh, sorry about that. The card base is in the way. See, you can't even tell I've colored it at all, but I have.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. I'm going to put some darker around it. What couldn't go wrong?
You need to be creative.
Famous last words, right? Well, maybe I should see how dark this really is.
So, the bottom line is, she said I could drive, and then I said, well, what about the stationary bike? She said, well, you can try it. She said, it has to flex a lot to get all the way around, so take it slow and see if that works. She said, but I don't want you doing anything, walking or stationary bike, for more than 20 minutes at a time. She said, you can do it multiple times a day, but no more than 20 minutes at a time, then you got to rest and ice it. And she said, you will know if you have overdone it. I said, how will I know? She said, it will swell up and it will be nasty. And then you will end up flat on your back with your knee raised, icing, trying to get the swelling to go down. She said, you don't want to go there. So when it starts to hurt, stop whatever you're doing. I said, okay. So basically I was getting everything I wanted at this appointment. And then I decided to go for it and said, what I really want to do is get in the pool, because I swim laps for exercise. She said, nope, no way. Not for 2 more weeks. That incision has to be completely healed before you soak it in water.
And then I talked about flying. He wanted to fly tomorrow. It'd be 2 weeks. They say 6 weeks after surgery.
Right. They're worried about blood clots because of the change in altitude. And, I wasn't so worried about that. My plan was to just keep moving the whole time. I was going to be doing the ankle flexes the whole time.
And you could change the altitude?
No, but I could be moving and doing ankle flexes and all kinds of stuff to prevent blood clots. That was my theory, but the doctor wasn't buying it. So I do have a trip in 2 weeks, which theoretically is 2 weeks early, but I am doubling down on my aspirin.
Theoretically, or like in real life? 2 weeks early.
So it's 2 weeks early, but...
How is it theoretically?
I think the 6 weeks is a guideline. And, so I'm not that far off the guideline. So I will do all of move my legs around and stuff while I fly, and we'll be fine. So Beth, of course, is like, what will the signs be? If he gets a blood clot, what will happen? How will I know? And she said, well, it'll be in his calf, and you'll be able to tell because it'll be a really sore red spot. and then you need to call me immediately, and then we'll have you go to a hospital, and they'll do an ultrasound on it to make sure it's not really a blood clot. So Beth feels better now because she knows the warning signs and knows what to do if it actually rears its ugly head. So we'll fly to Waco 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll both fly home from Waco. That would be a good thing. What do you think? It's hard to tell, but I did put darker around the rim on that.
So Kathy's given me a complete lowdown on her knee replacement. So she's got electrical nerve impulses in her knee.
Wow.
That is really interesting.
I haven't heard of that.
And Chris is saying a blood clot would be very painful and I wouldn't enjoy it.
So I took the ribbon and cut it, and I just taped it to the back of the card. And then I cut another strip of ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a knot so I have this fake little knot on here. But it's an easy way to do it. Kimberly says, soft and pretty. Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, I wish soft and pretty showed up better on camera than it does.
Yeah, it's very subtle. But it's also very pretty. Elegant is the word I'm looking for.
Elegant.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put a glue dot under the ribbon. And then I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. What do you know about these ribbon scissors, honey?
You don't use them for anything but ribbon. That's why they have a ribbon tied around them. Everyone should be able to know this and adhere to this rule.
And it's a fate worse than death if you mess that up, right?
Yeah. I am one of the stamping husbands that has touched that hot stove and now knows not to do that again.
Okay, so now that we have this, do the ribbon first. You don't want to glue it on and then wish you had ribbon. You can use dimensionals, but I have these adhesive sheets. So I thought, why not use them? It'll be quicker on camera. And it does give a nice lift to the whole front of the card.
Wow, I didn't even know you had those.
They're in my secret drawer, honey. I can't tell you all the things.
Wait, you have a secret drawer?
I have other secret things too.
I've got to search for it now.
Yeah.
Not that I even want it, but it's just the curiosity of it. By the way, here is the direction for the ribbon that I talked right over. And we had a question about whether it's easy to tie bows with that particular ribbon.
Yes. You know, let me show you. What color bow should we tie? Let's do a bright bow because you can see it. I have my bow maker right here. So this is the Azure Afternoon. Let me make sure you're on the camera. We did make the space a little small today, Steve. You were right. It should have been bigger. So I just cross over the top, go underneath and through the pegs.
Oh, Beth, that entire conversation about guidelines and everything, I forgot that our daughter was watching. My texts are full of...
What is darling daughter saying?
Well, let's just summarize
she's
to say that I'm an idiot, that I should follow what my doctors are telling me to do, is basically what she's saying.
She's not... It's nice of her not to write it in the comments for everyone to read.
Yeah, but I just verbalized it, so...
Okay, do you guys see how easy this is? I know there's some ribbon that you don't want to tie bows with because it's too thick. But this ribbon is... Look how pretty that is.
It is really pretty.
And it's very thin and very easy. So this is the sheer ribbon combo. And it comes with Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Azure Afternoon. So that all comes as one thing.
You know, that blue looks really pretty with the lemon lolly.
Do you think I should have used that?
I'm just saying.
Okay. So then I did Happy Birthday with the go-to greetings. I cut it out with the stylish shapes. And I'm going to put that on the bottom of the card here. What is going on in your world? We have lilac bushes blooming. You know, if we didn't live in Iowa, this year we definitely had 6 months of hard winter, I would say. And everything is so green and lush, and the lilacs are blooming, and the trees are blooming, and it is super pretty, isn't it,
Spring
Steve?
rains and the increase in temperatures has just made everything green.
I think because it was so cold for so long, I'm just so happy that
Oh, you're not the only one. I've heard several people saying that. We're in a small group for our church, and one of the gentlemen that's in the group is a farmer, and he was talking about just how miraculous it is to let everything green up.
That's our Alpha group. Anywhere in the world, if you want to join us for Alpha, we do Alpha 3 10-week sessions a year. It's free. And we're in the middle of our second one for 2023.
Yep.
But that's the group he's talking about.
Yep.
Okay, so I sprinkled some rhinestones on here. And let's see. Can you see the card? There. Can you see it that way? It is pretty. Tony says, great card. Love the light colors. So, here's what you need to tell me. Do you like card number 1? This is Bubble Bath and Lemon Lime Twist. Let me see. There you can see the embossing. And this one is, number 2 is Lemon Lolly and Smoky Slate. Now the last thing I wanted to do, probably you all know how to do this, but to make the cute envelope, I took the subtle paper and a Stampin' Up envelope, and I'm just going to put glue, a thin amount of glue, all the way around the edge. And then I'm going to take my piece of DSP, the direction I want it to go. Let me get you in the camera. And just put it down, and then I'm going to cut around it.
I think the 2s have it, by the way, of the voting that's been going on.
Everyone likes the Lemon Lolly and the Smoky
Slate. No, not everybody.
Slate.
I mean, there's some people that are voting for 1, but I'm just counting them up, I think. Well, wait, a couple ones just came in.
So these directions, tomorrow is the Pals blog hop. And all the directions will be on there, and also a link to this video will be on there. So now what I'm going to do is just cut along the edges. This paper also has really cute polka dots and stripes in the back of this. I don't know if you can tell, but those are hearts. So this is the card. These cards will be on the Pals blog hop tomorrow. But I'll be sending out one of the cards for Prize Patrol, so you can pick if you want number 1 or number 2. And like I said before, for the Fresh as a Daisy stamp camp, if you invite a friend to purchase that and do it with you, you both get a gift. You and the friend. It has to be someone who hasn't done it before.
A newbie.
It has to be a new person. Okay. So here is our cute envelope, excuse me, to go with the Lemon Lolly. Card number 1, card number 2. It seems like there was one more thing I was going to tell you besides doing Prize Patrol. Do you remember what that was, Steve?
Well, you talked about the special gift for invites.
Yeah.
And
here's some number 1s. Maria and Janice like number 1.
There were the late votes.
Is everybody on Prize Patrol? Do you have your hashtag Prize Patrol with no spaces in? Bev, how sweet. You love them both, but love the bubble bath. You know, this pink, we've been waiting for a really pretty baby pink. And you know, a friend of mine found out she's going to be a grandma for the first time. And you're not my friend that found that out, right? No, it's not us. But this is going to make great little baby girl cards. Actually, the yellow would too. If we put that with balmy blue, couldn't we do, we could do baby cards for him, her, or we don't know who's in there. Right?
No gender reveal?
Yeah. So do you have the Prize Patrols done? Jude, you have Paw Patrol. Are you being funny? You have Prize Patrol in there too, don't you, Jude? Paw Patrol is funny though. We, our Paw Patrol, our last puppy who's 16 is having a hard time this week, so I'm not sure how much time we have left.
Okay, so let's do prize patrol. What do you say?
Oh, 19 have entered. If you're watching on the replay on YouTube, please put replay. I love getting your comments, and I do answer them. And we will be back next Tuesday live with another card. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I have a voting card. This was on my blog yesterday. I know some of you are so sweet to vote. Can you take Prize Patrol off just for a second? This is my Zoo Crew Fun Fold card, and I did show it to you last week, but I made an improvement. You know, Steve's assistant stamping demonstrator, and I had the bikes and the scooters up on the top of this bike path, and he thought it looked like they were on a high wire act. So I took it all apart and I moved all the animals down. So like this bike, I had the wheels up here on top, and now they're in the middle. So everything on here is either from the Zoo Crew bundle or the balloon bundle. This thing here is the balloon bundle. Oh, and this is from, I have it all on my blog, okay? It's all on my blog from yesterday. So anyway, please vote for me for this if you haven't. And again, thank you, Tony, for voting. It is on my blog and on Stamping Mom on Facebook. I so appreciate that. Okay, let's do Prize Patrol. And Butter Family, I will be at the airport in 30 minutes to get you. So don't worry if you're landing right now.
All right,
I'm coming.
19 entries. Here we go. And
thanks, you guys. We have fun with you. We hope you'll come back.
The winner is...
Did our new gal get on tonight?
I'm not sure. Chris.
Yay! Chris
there
won.
You go.
It's a knee surgery card
It's
coming
a
your way, Chris.
card.
And did you want number 1, the bubble bet, or number 2, the lemon lolly?
Well, she told us what she
Let
liked.
me know, or Steve will go back and look. Chris is one of my Joy Team members.
She likes number 2.
Number 2. Okay. I will write you down, Chris, and you know where I live. So I will make sure you get this. Chris, and you want number 2, lemon lolly. I'm going to go take pictures of these and get them on my blog for tomorrow. If you have something you want us to make, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and it's just fun hanging out with you every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Yep.
Have a blessed week.